Yeo Jia Min's rise to the pinnacle of the world junior rankings in 2017 drew eager attention to her undeniable talent, not just in Singapore but also on the world stage. At the 2019 World Championships, the 21-year-old produced a Herculean effort to reach the quarterfinals. With 3 BWF titles under her belt, this badminton enthusiast has transformed into a world beater.
I first started playing badminton with my parents when I was about 7 years old. They didn't want to play with me that much, so I ended up training under the coach, like just beside their court. I think I would say that when I think back when I was young, I was like quite crazy because I can end up playing about 10 hours on Saturdays, like from morning all the way to after dinner. Yeah, I would say that I love the sport since I was young. When I was 12 years old, I went to a normal secondary school in Singapore. It was pretty tough for me because I had to leave school earlier to go for afternoon practice and then night practice, and then I would have lots of homework and projects to do until late at night, like past midnight, and then I'll be waking up early for school again. So I tried it out for about 6 months or so when I decided that maybe I would choose to go to sports school instead, where I would be able to have my education more supported by the school, and I'll be able to train more regularly, and I have more time to rest in between. So that was when I made the change to sports school. I actually didn't know that I was world number 1 because I don't check the rankings. I was told by my parents actually, and actually I think they were more excited and happy than me. I was still focusing more on like my competitions and stuff, so I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. The Vietnam Open 2016 was a memorable one because it was my first win in a BWF circuit. And it was also a competition where I played with no pressure, and I just wanted to enjoy every match. So I think that was one of the main reasons why I was able to got a good result. I won the Vietnam Open again in 2018. I remember that there was a lot of people cheering for me throughout the tournament, and it made me feel more motivated to win again. 2019, I managed to go to the finals in the Hyderabad Open, and I played against Korea's An Se-young in the finals. Going to the match, I was just focused on what I had to do, and it was a long match, but I think we both played quite well. So I think what made me win that match was that I was able to be consistent in the game, to not make my own mistakes, and was more proactive. I've been playing badminton for many years now, since I was young, but I think that I still have not achieved what I want to. A lot of things that I can improve on and work on and bring the best out of me, so I won't have regrets next time. And hopefully in the next few years, I'll be able to have better results.
Welcome to a special edition of Badminton Unlimited. Coming up, we'll be spending the day with former junior world number 1 Yeo Jia Min, The first Singaporean to reach the summit of any world rankings, Yeo served notice of her burgeoning talent by upsetting world number 1 Akane Yamaguchi at the World Championships last year. Her giant killing feat then spurred her on to the quarterfinals, another first for a Singaporean women's singles shuttler. With 3 BWF titles to her name, Yeo remains grounded as Badminton Unlimited found out from spending time with the unassuming 21-year-old.
Hi everyone, I'm Yeo Jia Min, Singapore Women National Shuttler. Today I'd like to invite you to spend a day with me. Firstly, we'll be going to one of my local favourite restaurants, and after that we'll be doing a fun activity and bring you to meet my family after. So I'm really looking forward to that, but firstly I have to get some practice done. This is the OCBC Arena, part of the Singapore Sports Hub. So come on in. So I usually do stretching before practice and it helps to prevent injuries. I usually do it for about 20 minutes before we start hitting shuttles.
Saya jadi juru latih Jamin itu sejak tahun 2018 awal Februari ini. Ini sudah 2 tahun lah ya. Dia punya kemampuan bermain cepat, dia punya attacking juga bagus, dan dia bisa punya kekuatan itu yang mendukung dia bisa bermain untuk bisa lebih baik gitu. Kelemahan yang sampai sekarang dia tuh kadang main tak sabar. Kemudian juga dalam menghadapi pemain-pemain yang punya tipe yang dia rally itu macam dia masih terlalu terburu-buru dan kurang sabar. Itu aja. Saya kira dia ada harapan untuk bisa sampai di top 10. Tapi dia mesti harus jaga konsisten dari quality dia punya training. Karena selama ini dia bukan konsisten tapi dia banyak injury ya, banyak cedera sehingga mengganggu dia kadang untuk training ini. Tapi dia punya kualitas, kalau dia training bagus. Tapi kadang terganggu dengan cedera injury ini membuat dia tuh tak konsisten. Dia punya quality shot itu semestinya ada untuk harapan dia unik lah ya. Dia punya kecepatan dari footworknya juga itu unik. Jadi semestinya dia punya ciri sendiri, punya style yang memang unik dan boleh diantar sampai level yang tinggi.
I met Jia Min when NIS, the National Intermediate Squad, started in I think 2013. So that was like our youth squad, and then we were like training together at night.
I have known her since I was 13, but it's only back in 2017 I get to know her personally when I trained with her.
Off the court, she's generally quite quiet, but I mean she's easy to talk to.
If you watch her play, she's a very fast and aggressive player on court, but out of court, she's actually a very friendly and kind of nice person to get along with. Bad habits. Out of loyalty to Jia Min, I think I should not answer that question.
Well, I mean everyone has bad habits lah. So, I mean generally she's a bit more absent-minded. Like on the plane, like we put stuff at the top, then she'll just leave the plane without taking the thing.
Well, there's this trip we went to Hong Kong last year, and we were having breakfast. I think she was a bit drowsy, so she used fork to eat porridge. I admire her dedication in badminton and how she's putting a lot of hard work in badminton to achieve greater stuff and be better.
I mean over the years, she has still been able to remain very focused on her goal. Like even through the ups and the downs, through injuries, she's still able to come back and like get back to training, stay focused, to work hard. So yeah, that's something good about her.
So I've just ended my practice. Today's practice was more focused on match play, so I'll take some time to warm down before we head for lunch. Hi Mom, hi Dad. So these are my parents, and I have two older brothers. One is 26 and one is 29 years old. They are now still working, so I'll just have dinner with my parents. I'll have dinner a few times a week when my mom cooks. Otherwise, we may just meet outside to have dinner before coming back home. I do enjoy my mom's cooking a lot, and when I come home, it's always nice to have dinner already prepared. Overseas, usually after training, you still have to go out and find food and stuff. So it's nice to come in to cook food.
Today I've purposely cooked the few dishes that she likes. She likes salmon. Even if she eats outside, she will order salmon. So salmon, and then she likes Korean food, and she always have kimchi. Even if I'm not cooking a Korean dish, she will always go to the fridge and take kimchi. Yeah. So this is Japanese, which is light broth, and she likes this egg.
I think it's nice to come back to talk to my parents and for them to encourage me sometimes, and also with my father sometimes I would just talk about badminton and just someone to share things with. So apart from my friends, I do talk to my parents a lot as well. So yeah.
I'm happy that she likes to play badminton. As long as she likes this as their career, I will give her the full support. Her training is very tough, so we're trying to make it easy for her. So we're trying to fetch her as much as possible to the training as well as coming back from training, so that she don't feel so tired. Things that we can help her in that way.
But she is the one who told us that she wants to play this game professionally and to play this sport as a career. So for us as parents, we just support her for as long as she wants to play. Yeah. For us, it's very important that she continues to enjoy the game, which she has loved since when she picked up the game at 8 years old. What we do is we will always encourage her to just remember to enjoy the game, be happy. So as long as she's enjoying herself, whether win or lose, I won't say it's not important, but more important that we It pleases us when we see her enjoying the game. We just want her to be happy basically because it's a tough journey as an athlete with so much challenges. So for us as parents, we just want her to be happy doing the sport that she loves, that's all.
Recently, I just bought a new stringing machine and I'm still learning how to do it. So this is one way to help her also. In that sense, it will be more consistent and suits her play in that sense.
Since she started competing in competitions and all that, Dad and I, we have kept the newspaper cuttings and of course took photos of the badminton journey and all that. Yeah, come, I'll show you some of it. Yeah, so we have all these newspaper cuttings of her. This one is when she was 11 years old. This one, and this one is when she was 12 years old and she was the youngest member of the SBA, that's the Singapore Badminton Association. That year they started the National Intermediate Squad, which is for the youth, just before the national team one. So she was the youngest player there for this one. And of course, okay, this is when she won the first title, that's the Vietnam Open. We were very happy when she won this because the year before, which was the SEA Games in Singapore, she was supposed to play in that competition, but she injured herself and she had to lay off for a couple of months. So when she came back and won this one, we were very, very happy about it. Yeah. And okay, then the next one was this one. This is the second title, which is also the Vietnam Open. And then of course this one is the Asia Youth Under 17, which she won 2 titles. She won the singles and then she also the doubles event as well. Okay, and this one was in last year, Hyderabad Open, where she won the third, so this is the third one. And of course, this one was the World Championship, her first World Championship, and not just winning the match, but also to be able to reach quarterfinals. So, of course, the whole family very, very proud of her.